I'm bored. You're bored. Let's get this over with. Oh, so that's what that does. Ah, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Seriously, does he need a castle this big? Welcome back. You just get back. You damn right I'm back. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the gift. So, now what? Got another story for me? Well, let's see what I can come up with, shall we? Alright, let's get this started. Well done, boy. I must admit that you made it further than I first anticipated. What do you mean? What was that? I I felt hungry. Yeah, is that what you felt that day? And it makes no sense. If Red Riding Hood was right there, but you could have just, I don't know. Yes, I was hungry. So hungry. But look deeper. Feel more than just the hunger. What else is there? I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus here, but I can't. Seriously, I can't get in tune with it right now. Why you send me back? Just let me experience more. No, that could break your mind. And I can't risk you being broken. You need just to try a little harder. Trust me, it will be worth it once you really get the full scope of what's been going on. Oh no, no, please, no, not you least. You can pull me out. It comes too stressful for me. Okay? If anything, this will at least show me a glimpse of the hell you had to go through, huh? Fine. Have your way. I don't know if you're stupid or brave. You know what? I'll just call you both. But remember, you'll be experiencing what and it's not gonna be pretty. What is this? Monster. What? Wait, I didn't. Monster. No, I'm not. Monster. Shut up. Monster. Monster. I said not. Oh! Monster. What do you say? Who's not wrong? Oh, damn, my voice is so sore. Hey, wait, what is he doing here? I still have a job to do. Wait! So, how did it feel? What are you talking about? How did what feel? How did it feel to die? So, that's that was death. That was your death. No, it was one of our deaths. Wait, what is that supposed to mean? Uh, Our deaths? One of our deaths? Yes, for we are not two separate entities, not anymore. Me and you are one being. Think of it as like having past life or reincarnation, reborn in this form. I was once you, you are once me, kind of thing. Only difference is someone decided to fuck with the story. Someone decided to let us out. Don't know who. Right now, I don't care. But at the very least, I can say you're better than most people. Wait, what do you mean by that? I mean, yeah, I'm not a bad person. But no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that you are, for lack of a better word, one of the people who will say, let me hear them out first. Because when you were announced as the big bad wolf, me, you didn't outright reject me, though you were scared when you saw what happened to your friend. There was some anger. Either way, you didn't just write me off as a villain. You didn't accept the villain like so many others have. What you did was decide, okay, people say he's the bad guy, but is he really? Instead of just writing me off as a villain and just accepting me as a villain, what you've done was practically give me a chance to explain my side of the story. If anything, it's pretty much like, let's see, you wanting to hear my backstory. Like, in those animes uh, regular people like to watch, didn't want. See me as a villain outright. You wanted to hear me try to explain myself. Oh, okay. Could you explain it a little bit more than that? Hmm. Okay, fine. Maybe like this. Say you kill somebody in self-defense, but all everyone hears is that you killed somebody. Not that they attacked you first. Not the fact that you are in fear for your life. The fact that you took someone else's life and was going to take yours. That's all they hear. That's every detail they actually need. And then you're the bad guy. And you're carted away to God knows where, facing judgment just because you want to live. Only because you had no choice. It's kind of like that. And what you're doing when it comes to me is saying, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right about this. Let me get his side of the story. Huh. Yeah, actually, it does make sense. There are two sides, or at least more than just one side to every story. I mean, yeah, think about it. Sometimes it's just wrong place at the wrong time, and other things like that. And you know what? Yeah, it's weird that a wolf that seems to have a mm, let's say advanced intelligence like you would end up trying to, kill and eat an old lady and then cosplay as her to then kill her grandma too. Actually, yeah, saying it out loud, does it does seem kind of weird. It's pretty obvious to me, at least, that yeah, you're not no ordinary wolf. Wait, but huh, that was you though, wasn't it? You said you'll meet Red Riding Hood there. I mean, you were running very fast in all seriousness, and that scream, uh, it didn't sound very, huh? Now that I think about it, it sounded kind of strange. You weren't even in the building by then, were you? Wait, yeah, were you even? Huh? Okay, this is starting to get a little weird for me. Yes. And besides, if you were a wild animal to begin with, you wouldn't need to really manually open the door or anything. Heck, there'd be scratches, claw marks, signs of forced entry, But I, and some she let you in, which is weird, considering she should know that a wolf is a dangerous creature. But no, the one you showed me, you just opened the door yourself. Yeah. See, now you're starting to ask the right questions. Starting to investigate. Well, at the very least, this is just one story, you know? There are so many other versions of this one story. And it is, woof, just, it gets messy. I'm sorry, messy. Can you explain to me how messy exactly these stories can really get? Well, Luckily, we already established that, yes, I am not a regular wolf. And yes, there are several versions this story is told. And yes, I end up losing, dying in horrible ways. But at the very least, not. And, the other stories that aren't versions of this one, I do technically live. But I still lose. So, now we are done with that. Are you ready to continue down this rabbit hole? Hmm. You know what? Fine. Yes, I guess apparently you are not going to answer my questions on how gruesome these deaths could be. So, yes, I am ready to take the plunge and, uh, let's get this over with.
What the? Wait, where am I? Why can't I move? Why am I burning? What? Who dares? Uh, wait, Red, is that you? Where am I? What is this place? No. Oh no. Red, what are you doing?
We gather here today to celebrate our newest recruit and her prey for the evening, a freshly trapped werewolf. This is her final test to show that she is ready to join us in our ungodly crusade to exterminate these beasts. I know what you're thinking. Who, who thinks this is really a challenge? Hell, even a tiny baby couldn't kill a wolf, right? Hell, if it's chained up, if it's restrained, such as this one. But that's the best part, like we've done with so many others, those who've passed or failed. We shall release the beast while she chases and hunts it back to its lair and fishes, cleanses this world of their evil. We shall talk more about the details once everything has been thoroughly prepped and we all await this new beginning for this strong and courageous young lady. Calm down, boy. I understand.
Oh, I want to rip that huntsman to shreds. What he's done? Who? I did. I want vengeance.
Calm down. Like I said, I understand your feelings. These were mine as well, and now you experienced them as well. I know how it feels to be driven away from your home. It's not easy, but it's what happened, and at least now someone knows my side.
Where are they?
Who? Don't play dumb. Where are our wife and kids?
So, young Midoriya, you've told us recently that you acquired new abilities all of a sudden, or at least from your words, is awaken more of yourself, whatever that means. So, if you don't mind, please demonstrate.
Okay, time to show off what I learned. What do you make of that, Aizawa? Nezu? It seems as though this child has awakened more abilities tied to himself. It's interesting, yet also concerning. How did he awaken this? It's not like you can just awaken abilities overnight. He must have been training while we weren't paying attention. Oh yeah, that might be my fault. Hmm? Oh, yeah, sorry. That might have been my doing last night. The fuck are you? Hey, Aizawa, that is no tone that you should take with a lovely young lady like this. This is how you are supposed to say it. Excuse me, ma'am. Uh, but if you don't mind, would you please explain who you are and what are you even doing here? Really? Toshinori, you act like you don't recognize me. I'm I'm sorry, but I don't know anyone that looks like you. Wait, recovery girl, is that you? Took long enough. Wait, but you said something about your husband, but I don't recall you being married. Could it be my mentor, Gran Torino? No. You blamed yourself for a change in Izuku Midoriya. Wait, no, no, it couldn't be. Yes. What did you do? Hmm. For some reason, I felt uh something was off with him. So I decided to visit him. He was he wasn't doing too well. Was like the when I sat beside him, I noticed something familiar. Really? Wait, husband, does that mean you and the big bad wolf were married? But who married him? Call me Granny. No. Yeah. No. No, no, no. That's that makes no sense. How? There's more than one side to the story. Wait. Does that mean that young Midoriya and you are not only technically married, But would that make him Red Riding Hood's?
That's right. Grandfather.
Wait, but how? I mean, you're. If he's. Hey, just because he looks like that doesn't mean he's like that all the time. I mean, it's obviously a transformation type thing. And things turn into other things, and. Uh, so, yeah. I mean, when I first had my kid, things were a little bit complicated. I'm not going to lie. What? Yeah, I'm a werewolf as well. How? Seriously, how have you guys not noticed that there are more than one ways to a story by now to the point where, yes, though he is him, the big bad wolf, doesn't mean they're all the same, you know? If anything, when I realized he was who he was and I realized who I was, eh, things happen. All I know is it was not anticipated at all to which version of me would get unlocked at that moment. But seeing him tremble like that did help guide me to a certain story. You know?
Yeah, and that story was not one of my best moments. At the very least, when we first met and everything. Uh, yeah, it was something. I mean, she found me when I was wounded after getting caught up in an ambush and everything. It was not a good sight. She could have just left me there and, or fished me off, you know? And, like, she could have killed me. I mean, that's what she was training for.
Hey, your finest of pardons. What do you mean train for? Exactly. And what do you mean she just could have just killed you and everything? I mean, yeah, she could have let you die, but what, specifically, what do you mean by she was trained?
She
I
was
was
a
a
hunter.
hunter. I'm sorry, what? What do you mean you were? Yeah, I was a hunter. Though I was relatively new, since I only killed like, huh, how many?
Oh, so now you want to pretend to be modest. Don't play dumb. You've made it very clear that you've killed 5 werewolves. Ugh, even when we did have our slight arguments, you would threaten that you would make me your 6th werewolf kill. Threaten to mount my hair on the wall for our kid to see. All to win an argument. Seriously. And oh yes, killing 5 werewolves may seem, yay,
Okay, at least impressive by human standards. The amount I've had to kill and the amount of humans I've had to pick out my teeth far exceed yours. Ugh. But at the end of the day, we're both impressive, aren't we? Sorry, but how are you two married? Seriously, I get it. True love, blah, 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 whatever. You found him when he was dead, pretty much dying on death's door. Yeah, you fell in love after getting to know each other, yada, yada, yada. You had kids somehow. Then you return. But does that mean you really just. Mm, what? Oh, I get it. No, he has a human form. What? Yeah, I can turn into a human. I just prefer my plain wolf form more often. Use that. What? Yeah, seriously. If anything, yeah, I do mainly have it for emergencies, but yeah, I have a human form. Explain. Well, considering that there are hunters who would want even more to mount our heads on pikes or walls, it pays to have a human form to, you know, get them off our asses. Like, if anything, the only reason why I was in my wolf form when she found me is because I was literally dying. Explain. You see, I was a born wolf. I was born this way. So, if anything, my true form is that of a giant wolf. You get it now? But me turning her, she isn't a pure blood werewolf. If anything else, when she dies, she'll turn into her human form, the form she had before, her true form. Oh, no, that's that's actually interesting. Wait, but uh, you did say this is part of a different story, so what's the deal with the werewolves there? Well, if anything, think of it like this: werewolves and humans used to be on good terms, but then something happened. Something that pretty much split us, dude. Oh, what? What happened? Ah, it's okay, you can tell them. I'm still angry after you told me. Tell us what. There was this person. Yeah, one day he went hunting and saw some wolves. Okay, someone's pretty tame right now, so he followed him, and we found that it was a werewolf. He saw how beautiful she was, and one thing led to another. Oh, so that's when. No, that's the thing. Yes, there are some breeds, of course, way before me and Granny here got together. But mm, it wasn't as, you know, accepted. Or both sides didn't like that. What? Yeah. Then sides were taken, lies were taken, and sooner or later he came home and saw his wife and kids dead. What? He killed his family. So, what he did, he took the jaws of his wife and the claws of his children and infected himself. What? Oh, yes. They're alive. Oh, werewolf can still turn people. Really? Oh, yeah, it is crazy. That's why they would have to be very careful when it came to dealing with corpses. Wow. I never knew. Of course not. No one thinks that's the story they've been told. So after that, he went on a rampage. When he was turning, he was overcome with grief and anger. So what he did was start going after every single human he came across. Luckily, thanks to our heightened senses, we know the differences between us and you, especially when it comes to hybrids. But since he was so overcome with all that fury, he spared no one. Men, women, children, old or young, he slaughtered them. He carved a bloody path, and yeah, it started to turn everyone against us. Humans didn't trust us ever. His his coat, it was dyed red to match the blood of his victims, but also his family that he lost. It didn't take him long to find out who finished off his family. It was his own family, actually. What? Yes, mother and father, as well as his brother. You see, he was a twin, completely identical. We didn't have, the fingerprints and all that before. He told his family about his, werewolf family, and they were disgusted. At least that's they were at first, so it seemed. They met and everything. But him having a younger twin, they had a plan. They knock him unconscious since, hell, he wasn't a werewolf. They knew it would work. Kept him locked up with a note saying, sorry. Wait, but then when you've had, here's the thing, he thought they were forced to, because he would brag about how much he loved his family, only to find out later, after building a night that was their idea. And that is when he truly went mad, to the point where he truly became a beast. His crimson red fur started to grow darker. Then they started to notice his victims, at least the ones who didn't die, started to turn to the same red fur as him. Then they started slaughtering people too. It was a massacre. They think he, thank God we found survivors, but only to find out the villages, towns ravaged. Ripped Jesus, think we find more survivors. Wait, that sounds almost like, yes. What? He was rebuilding his family. Somewhere in his subconscious, he wanted his family back. The family that was stolen from him. The family that stole from him. He still wanted them. Deep down, he must be terrified. They didn't trust any werewolves. I mean, some of them could still shift from human to pure wolf at an instant. Even the ones he turned. And then they started getting smart. Instead of just outright turning people, they started recruiting others from different packs. Those who lost from the humans as well. No. Yes. So you can only imagine how it could be when a bunch of humans killed your family. According to your pack leader, we can't retaliate. Because though, yes, we can turn people doesn't mean they instantly want to, you know, be all open arms. Not everyone wants to be a werewolf. And you can just imagine how hard it is when you're being hunted. So humans had number advantage over you. Yeah, but it's not from a lack of trying when it comes to that. They start finding weaknesses that would either make us sterile or, at the very least, decline the birth rate. Oh my god. Yeah. They knew they couldn't beat us with overall strength or anything, so they started making us weaker, making it so we couldn't continue our bloodlines. Wait, um, how would you really distinguish that man's werewolves from yours? You mean besides the red tinted coat? It, yes. Well, you can see it in the eyes. At least we could. What do you mean? Their eyes shimmer crimson to us, and you can smell fresh blood on them, not just from food, from a freshly killed human. You know a human, of course. I've had to kill several, but yeah, you can just imagine how much of a pain that is. Thing is, since they're more animalistic at times, they do carry some alcohol with them. What? Think of it like this. If they can get hold of themselves just enough to get into a human settlement, carrying a big enough jug of alcohol on them at all times, they rampage, just making sure they don't turn into their full wolf forms. People will just think it was a drunken mistake. How? Because one of those rippers did that to me. What? Yeah, that's what we called them. Rippers. Those fucking assholes. But it's not entirely their fault. They were survivors, if nothing else. He made sure, they made sure to only turn those who have experienced great loss, but a hunger for revenge, justice, and they would get turned with that anger in their hearts and rip apart everything, only leaving alive potential recruits. But wouldn't that backfire? I mean, what if the crazy loss was, the massacre they were involved in? That wouldn't work. If uh, if they returned, it wouldn't matter. Because one thing's certain, it's like a hive mind type of situation. What? Think of it like this. Um, what's that name? What do you call them? Exomorphs? Uh, yeah. You see, the thing is, it's kind of like that when it comes to the progenitor. Whoa, so wait, what you're saying is, regardless, the main man, the alpha, you could say, I guess you could say, call him, well, you're like, yeah, he makes the final say. He pretty much tells them what to do. Yes, you have to have a strong will to, you know, reject his commands. But most alphas would just allow their acolytes to do whatever they want as long as it don't cause too much trouble. Thanks to anger, he decided to take their free will away. Yes. Yeah. I can never. Hey, it's not your fault. I didn't expect you to do anything like marry a human. Yeah, good for you, girl. What the fuck? I know. Yeah, but it's actually funny because how I died is so much more different. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I died all right, but not in the way people thought. Wait, what do you? What dares interrupt my storytelling? Looks like someone needs help. Okay, wait, seriously, you need a alarm for that? Yeah. Mm. All right, let's go. Wait, what? I'm going with you, aren't I? Listen, I would love to fight alongside you again, but right now is not the time. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, it is not the right time for you to, you know. Are you benching me? Yes. Uh, Why? Seriously, out of all of you, well, all my, endeavor, uh, uh, what can help you? I don't think I'll need any help. Well, why don't you stay here? We can continue to reminisce like we were last time. We might need a healer. Am I really getting caught up by a damn villain attack? Don't worry. I'll make sure we can reminisce when we get back. Okay? Fine. Fine, whatever. Just want to get back soon, because I get bored easily. And you know that. Wait, what the hell is that? I, after so long, I finally get to. Uh, wait, you're not red? No, I'm not, but what the hell's the matter to you who I am? Why you look. Huh. Wait a minute. Why are you looking for Red? What do you want with my granddaughter? Ugh. Seriously, I had to just get fooled by the old lady. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. If anything, it just proves that I'm getting closer than I ever thought I would. So, I'll give you a choice. Granny, how do you want to be sent home? In a body bag or a box? Okay. Well, one, I don't know you, and you apparently don't know me. Well, at least you must think you know me if you're looking for my granddaughter. But seriously, of all the things you could do with your life, wait, you have a beautiful fire quirk. Though, wait, that's that's weird. What? Oh, I see you noticed. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, for some reason my quirk hates me. It's one of the damnest things. This is a quirk I was born with, but it rejects me. Huh. But considering who I am, it only makes sense that I stay alive long enough to finish my purpose. What? What kind of purpose is that? I am going to find and gut your granddaughter for what she's done. I wait, did she? Oh, so you know what? Yes, she's a hunter. But what I don't understand is I don't remember you being one. But okay, that's impossible. But wait, no, Red wasn't. She, she was just a. I wait. You you don't know. You're not from the same timeline, are you? I, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Oh, oh shit. Yeah. So you're a werewolf too. Damn, I'm out of practice. If I'm gonna survive this, I should have. Damn, I should have brought him if only I had known. What do you mean by him? Hey, you're here. Oh, why am I surprised? Of course you're here. You never did like listening to me, now did you?
Alright, do you want to bitch at me right now, or do you want to survive this? Because as far as I can tell, we have a werewolf who, wait, yes, where is he from? And that will be the end of that story. You may leave. Remember to pay your respects before you go.
Oh, you, Nick, you really just gonna leave it like that? Who was that? Who? So, ah, no, that's where I pay my respects to these guys. Until we meet again, I wish for your happiness.